Today on the channel, we're taking a look at the BST Loyal Subjects Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles unboxing and review. Unofficially Turtles Tuesday, as you guys know here on the channel. But today we've got something interesting. We got all four Ninja Turtles from the BST Loyal Subjects line. And as I've talked about before in weekly purchases and a few other times on the channel, I was planning on passing on this line. I said, you know, how many turtle lines do you collect when you got Super 7, Cartoon Ninja Turtles, and then the movie Ninja Turtles? Well, I guess add these to the playbook at this point here. As I decided to go all in, I jumped in, got all four Ninja Turtles at one fell swoop. Gonna have to pick up Bebop, Rocksteady, Casey Jones, Shredder, and Foot Soldier when they do release. These are under $20, so they don't totally break the bank like some toys. But they're interesting enough to be dangerous. Hopefully I like these. We'll see. We're going to give an honest opinion of how these are outside of the package. But the reason that I was convinced to pick these up was an interesting one, and maybe you got the same thought process as I do. But I looked at the package, and on the side, look at that action. Look at that. That's the Turtles. Yes, of course it's the Turtles, but this reminds me of Turtles back in the day with the Hostess Turtle Pies, cereal, chips and stuff. All different kinds of promotional advertising images of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the 80s, early 90s. This is how they were depicted. So in my brain, to justify this purchase, we all got to justify it some way. Every purchase we got to justify in our own brain. I view these as the advertising turtles. The turtles we'd see out on, you know, coloring books and things like that. That's what these are. So I saw that. Nostalgia hit me and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick these up. And now here we are at the review table. And of course, we're going to do it like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll try to go as fast as we can. 4 figures is a lot to dissect, but we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we will. Let's look at the packaging first on this one. We're going to start with Donatello because that's the first one I grabbed, and I got a purple shirt on, so it makes sense. We got Donatello. There's that comic accurate or advertising accurate Ninja Turtle look from Donatello there. You got the BST AXN logo. BST features articulation and assortment. Okay, whatever that means. You got Donatello's name there. Nice purple background on this one. I do like that. We get a lot of accessories, including a slice of pizza. Looking really good. Same thing, but in purple here. Window box on the side. On the back, we got a little bit of a blurb. We got 31 points of articulation on this Donatello, so it should have a lot of articulation. Warnings, all that stuff. UPCs on the bottom. But there it is. Let's read the back and see what it says about old Donatello. Donatello, Don or Donnie if you're friends with him, is the brain of the group. He has an awesome ability to understand how things work. Anything from computer robotics, combustion engines, rocket propulsion systems to the light in the fridge, and more. Donnie's a certified self-taught genius. And his weapon of choice is the bow staff, as we all know. So let's get him out of the package, see what's doing here. This should be interesting. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into with these. We're going to find out real quick here, hopefully, if he comes out of the pack. Maybe. Jeez, what the heck? Very strange. Let's see if I can get this background out. There we go. There it is. See you later off to the side. This background is very interesting. It's a bunch of cartoon Ninja Turtle logos, foot soldiers, but it's Donatello. It's got the Turtles logo down here. You could actually use this as a display stand type thing, a little display area for Donatello if you really wanted to. Cool enough. See you later off to the side. Then we get the old plastic prison, and it looks to be a double plastic prison. A double plastic prison right there. There's Donatello. Got extra hands, pizza. You got a holder for his bow staff, and then, of course, an extra head. And it looks possibly a sticker. Whoa, and everything falls on out. Clamp that together. And see you later. Off to the side. There it goes. All right, I'm guessing this is a sticker. And unfortunately, the sticker is all tangled up here. But BST, AXN. I don't know who really wants to rep this sticker on anything. But if you do, there you go. You're in for the game there. All right, let's get down to some of these accessories. First, we get a slice of pizza. Pepperoni pizza. Of course. It looks just like any pizza we've had before. Nothing too real special about it. Got 4 pepperonis on it. How about that? That's a good slice. It's a good slice getting 4 pepperonis. But it's a slice of pepperoni pizza. There you go. Very, very simple. Then we get this holder for his bow staff. This fits into the back, and it fits perfectly in there. We get his actual bow staff, all one color. Nothing too special here. Only one color throughout. Like I said, no wrapping in a different color. That would have been nice. But it is what it is. It feels sturdy enough. It is have some bend to it. It is plastic after all. But it is what it is. I'm going to connect this right now before we get into the figure, as this goes into the back of his belt. Hopefully fairly easily. Maybe not too easy. Not as easy as I would like it to be, that's for sure. It doesn't just slug in very nice. I'm going to have to work on that, I think. Oh, you got to really push it in there, and it doesn't quite line up even when you push it in. So that's going to take your eyes off of things a little bit, but we'll get back to that. We get down to the hands. He has 2 open hands on him, but he does come with a fisted hand. 2 fisted hands. Like I always say, everybody should have fisted hands in the superhero genre. We get 2 right here, and then we get 2 gripping hands so we can hold the bow staff. Definitely need to have one of these going on. And then we get an extra head here as well. So you get a more studious looking one on the figure, and then you get an open mouth one of Leonardo, Donatello on here. So there it is. Now let's get down to the figure. 31 points of articulation, they say. I guess we'll walk through the articulation one time before we get into all these guys here. We do have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. We do have pins in these joints, so you can definitely tell the pins. They definitely do stick out on you. Wrists are moving around, and of course the hands are removable. Head removable as well. Turn the head all over the place. Let's see. Waist. You do get a waist. It is limited a little bit by the shell and the belt around it, but you do get a decent amount of waist. It looks like you got a little bit of diaphragm as well, but really it's kind of a non-existent articulation, as you can't really move it with everything blocking. So you got that. You do have a thigh swivel. You do got double jointed knees. You do got ankles. No holes in the feet for a stand, so they're not going to be able to be on a stand, but they probably will stand okay once you just have to get them lined up just right like any other action figure, and you get them standing here okay. As far as the coloring on this, it is a much lighter shade of pale. Lighter shade of pale, like a young Procol Harum out there. But it is a lighter green color. Oh, I should note, they do have the butterfly shoulders on this one as well. I forgot to mention that. So that does give a little extra range. Can't go super far back because you are limited by the shell once again. But interesting figures. These feel okay in hand. They feel like a right-sized turtle. We don't have loose joints or anything like that, so that is good. He's got the nice D on his belt. So far, I don't mind this. What I'm seeing, the coloring is just a hair fluorescent kind of. Maybe tone that down just a hair. I don't know. The purple is a very Easter purple. I don't know what color you'd call that, but an Easter purple. It's very Easter egg-ish. I'm not sure if I would have liked the skin tone just a hair darker, and maybe the purple a hair darker. We're just talking a hair, but it's not terrible after all. The hands, how hard is it to replace? Pulls out very easily, plugs in very easily. So we like that as well. We'll put this one in, see how well he holds the bow staff. Not too bad with the hand there. The bow staff should fit perfectly, and it does. I tell you, not bad, especially if you're not a turtle purist. If you're not all in the turtle game, if you're not buying all the expensive NECA stuff, this is something that's good. If you just want representation of your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't think you could do too bad with these at a $20 price point. This isn't not as intricate, not as detailed, not as beautiful as the NECA cartoon, the Super 7s, the movie ones. But these have a little bit of a charm to them in their own way, I would say. So I could see somebody that doesn't want to go all in, just wants a representation of the Turtles and maybe He-Man and a few pulp culture 80s icons. I could see picking these up for that reason. Not too bad. But the one thing I don't like the most about this one is that plug-in on the back for his bow staff. It doesn't line up, so it does create a bit of an eyesore. Maybe I can work on it, but it doesn't seem like there's any way that is going to totally line up for me. But it is what it is, I guess. We do have one little scratch on the back of the shell. I'm sure your mileage may vary on that one. But very interesting on this Donatello. Now let's move on to the next one. I'm going to try to keep all these accessories together. We're going to move on to the next one, and we'll go Michelangelo, because he's a party dude after all. Michelangelo in the package. Very similar stance as the Donatello we just did. Got his accessories in there as well. Name down here, Turtles logo. BST AXN on the side, that same cartoon logo with the orange background for Michelangelo. And then the back of the package, we got a blurb for him. We will read that. Let's see what it says about his 31 points of articulation. Michelangelo Mikey is the impressionist, practical joker, and class clown. He soaks up all kinds of info from radio, TV, video games, etc. He's also the most athletic, but the least excited when it comes to training. Michelangelo's weapon of choice, the old nunchuck. Beautiful. Michelangelo was always my favorite turtle as a kid. He seemed to be, in most of my circles, the favorite turtle. Maybe your results may vary. Orange background, just like the Donatello one. There it is. See you later off to the side. Double plastic prison. We get the sticker once again. I don't know who really wanted that sticker, but somebody said, man, if I could just get that BST sticker, I'm going to put it on my computer. I'm going to put it on my car. Who knows what I'm going to do with it. We got that there. See you later. Goodbye off to the side. Beautiful sticker. So it's a different one. It's got a different color shade to it than the last one, if anybody's keeping track at home, but we got that. But it is bent up like the other one, so I don't know what's going on there. Got a few accessories with this one. Once again, you get the back of the shell here. It plugs in. It doesn't seem to line up that good either. You're always going to have that little gap. So that is a little bit of a miss, if you ask me. That's a little bit of disappointment. But what do you know? What can you do? It looks like we got the same hands. He comes with the flailed out open hands as well. And then you get the same exact hands we got from Donatello. So I can see a theme going on here. Getting the most out of your molds, saving that money. The same hands going on once again. You get two heads with the Michelangelo. You get a plain Jane face on the figure, which is always good. You always need at least one plain one. Then you get one with a little side kind of grin going on like that. I would have liked to seen a more expression Michelangelo. Like a big, hey, I'm happy. I'm here to party. I'm here for some pizza. I would have liked to see something like that, but I can't complain. Can't complain about the head. We get 3 weapon accessories here. We get his traditional nunchucks. Got a little paint smudge on this one. A little overspray on the silver and gray. Not the cleanest of paint applications. And then a lot of scuffing throughout on the nunchucks here with some brown. This one seems to be better quality. It's got little lines put into it. It's brown with yellow. A little bit of extra sculpting going on. But it is nunchucks. These are cheaper figures, like I said. I guess we have to set our expectations a little bit lower than we would for our NECA counterparts, for example. And then we got a turtle grappling hook, which is interesting. I'm not sure what the hole here is for, but it does look like, you throw this up and he can climb up a building or whatever he needs to do with this. But it's an interesting extra accessory here. We didn't get an extra accessory. Well, I guess we did. We got a piece of pizza with Leonardo. Why do I keep wanting to call him Leonardo? Donatello, jeez. Donatello, we got an extra slice of pizza. With Mikey, we get this. I think almost the roles should have been reversed here. I felt like this should have came with Donatello. Pizza probably should have came with Michelangelo. But what do you do? Besides that, it's very much similar to the Donatello, and I think that's going to be a reoccurring theme throughout here. Pretty tight joints, except for the shoulder joint. It's a little bit of a hair movement to it. We got that going on. He does have the M on the belt for Michelangelo, of course. You can store his weapons in the back if you want them on him or you want them just off to the side. Choose your own adventure. How about popping a head off? Holy cow. I don't like this. What is going on here? I tried to pop the head off, but I popped the body off. So apparently you can mix and match these turtles fairly easily. They plug and play very easily as well. But boy, that head is a lot harder to get off than I thought it would be. I don't know. We'll see how easy it is to go back on. Sometimes these things fight you, and it looks like I got a weird shaped inside head on Michelangelo as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a tough one. I might have to heat that one up a little bit. The shell looks like it does plug into his back as well, and it has a little bit of movement to it. So these are very interesting figures. Not like anything else we've seen before. I definitely don't like this head compared to the other one. These are a little bit cheap. They do feel a little bit cheaper in your hand, as of course, like once again, under $20. That's probably the way they are going to go. We got Michelangelo here. It's interesting. It's interesting. The head does not want to stay on. I got a weird circle pattern in there that doesn't quite line up perfectly with that head. So that's a little disappointing. But once again, use a little heat. You can get that to go in. But boy, they're harder than I thought. That pops in perfectly. I guess it's been warped into there. But the arms definitely feel loose with those butterfly joints. Those are not tight butterfly joints on this one. So that's Michelangelo. Now we'll turn our attention to finally Leonardo. I keep referencing him, but we haven't got him yet. But we got Leonardo here. It looks like he's got some accessories. It looks like he has a sewer lid with him as his extra accessory. But of course we got the blades, got the extra head, the hands. the back of the turtle shell that plugs into his belt there, so you can store his weapons on his back. Glamour shot, of course. I'm sure we got a sticker in here. Blue background for Leonardo. There it is. Then on the back, we'll read the blurb here. There he is, looking only like Leonardo could look in the BST collection. Let's see what it says. Leonardo, Leo, is dedicated, disciplined, and selfless. He's a perfectionist with a strong moral sense. Because of his serious, responsible nature, Leo is like the big brother of the group. Splinter's right-hand turtle and the leader of the team. His weapon of choice, the twin katana sword. So good for him. Leonardo, always the leader in my brain and most others as well. Get that blue background for him. I like the consistency here. They're keeping that up instead of just one. See you later. Off to the side. There it goes. Plastic prison. Once again, we get that blue sticker. We've seen that before. Plastic prison action. There it is. Maybe. There it is. Bam. Put them back together, and we're off to the races. See you later. Off to the side, and we're getting a theme going on here. Once again, there's that little BST AXN. I think it's a sticker. I'm sure it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why would it be just a piece of paper? That would be pretty lame. Hands, exact same hands once again. So we talked about those with the first one. It's the same thing across the board. Same hands. We get the sewer. Let's see. What's it say? City sewer. Very thin, almost like a coin type base. Not perfectly circle. Has a little bit of sculpt to it. It looks like a sewer container, sewer lid. Just is what it is, but it's at least a different accessory. I don't know what else you can say about that one. You do get the back where you can plug the weapons into, just like we've seen with the other turtles. Let's see how well this fits. Ooh, it's a little tight. Let's see, will it go in? Huh, well, I don't know. This has been my biggest gripe about these figures so far, is this little belt piece. I wish it was already inserted. It doesn't fit as snug as I would like. It definitely does not line up like I would like. So that is a little bit frustrating, but it really takes your eyes off. With it not being able to line up, it really kind of hurts the overall look of the action figure. Besides that, Leo looks just like all the other turtles. Got that baby blue. Would have liked to seen a hair darker on the blue, just a hair. I think that's across the board on these colors. Just a hair darker would have really worked for me. But it's okay. It's Leonardo. We get the extra heads with him. You get a more aggressive head on this. I like this aggressive head. And you get a plain Jane head here. So really, the best of both worlds. However you want your Leonardo to be. You can have him just calm and cool, or you can have him ready to throw down. Paint apps look pretty good. I got a little bit of white bleeding over into the black of the eye on both. I guess that's supposed to be there. It's just off-centered is what it is. It's off-centered on one eye, which makes it look like a mistake. But not bad. And then you get his katana swords. Thin plastic swords, but at least there's extra colors to them. You got the yellow at the top, the brown handle, kind of the almost like clear translucent almost in the blade instead of a silver like we'd traditionally see. But you can plug those into the back of his weapon holder. So you choose your own adventure if you want them holding their weapons or if you want them stored on their back. It does seem like that's a little bit low to carry out your weapons. I think usually traditionally it's a little bit higher. But maybe that's just me once again. But it is Leonardo. You can't deny it. It's Leonardo throughout. So there it is. We're seeing a recurring theme between all these figures. And we're going to end it up with Raphael. A lot of people's favorite turtle is Raphael. But there he is right there. He's got accessories. What does he got here? Oh, he's got a ninja star. And then he has like a dagger sai type thing. We'll see. We'll get it out of the package. But we got Raphael's little glamour shot right there on the side. Red background for Raphael, of course. And then the background here. There it is. Raphael. We'll read that blurb. 31 points of articulation. He's got accessories. We know his Raphael's weapon of choice is the twin sai. We already knew that. This hothead is also the most opinionated, impulsive, and restless turtle. Raphael, Raph, loves nothing more than to test himself in battle and trains for sheer enjoyment. He's usually the one to leap into action, and it's nearly impossible to get him to back down. So there you go, Raphael. Not messing around, taking names on a daily basis. That's what you got to do in the turtle. See you later off to the side. There it goes. Once again, plastic prison, Raphael. There it is. You get that sticker, that beat up sticker in there. I just don't understand the charm of the sticker when it's getting all bent up like this, but it's weird. I don't know, BST and I'm sure it's with all the BST figures. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we got Raphael out of the package. He's got some major scuffage on his head, some red overspray. These aren't the cleanest of figures. We talked about it earlier. He does have that backpack that needs to be entered as well, as we've seen with all the other turtles. Like I said, same thing here. Not the coolest thing. Doesn't line up perfectly. I wish it lined up just a hair better, but it is what it is. Raphael, there you go. All right, we get 2 size. Oh my gosh, these are like, almost feel like a gummy bear. I mean, these are very gummy, very easily bendable. I would have liked to seen a much more rigid plastic on these. Geez, these are really bad. Probably the worst weapon of the bunch. Just really no plastic to them. It almost truly feels like a gummy bear is what this feels like. So not really big fan of that. Then we get the Chinese throwing star, ninja throwing star, same thing. Very gummy. This weapon, very gummy once again. So not the best weapons going on here. Very gummy feeling compared to the other guys' weapons where they had more of a harder plastic. Not super, super hard, but definitely harder than these 4. I don't know if they ran out of money or what the reason is for that, but these feel just terrible. These are probably the worst size I've ever felt in a Ninja Turtle toy, to be honest with you. Hands, we've seen these hands before. Everyone got the same hand. Oh, wait. Yep, they did. Okay, never mind. Thought there wasn't fist in there, but everybody got the same hands given to them, so we're used to that as well. Now we get down to Raphael. We get 2 heads with him like everybody else. We get a very big smiling look on Raphael, and then we get the plain Jane. So we got a plain Jane for everybody, and then one with a little bit different facial features. I think if you're only giving an extra head, that's a smart way to go. Give us plain Jane. Give us something zany. I think you cover most of your bases when you do that. But I'm looking at this one more than this one. I think that's the way to go because I do have scuffage on the top of his head, some red scuffage, which is unfortunate. He has the R for Raphael right there. Once again, it's almost a pinkish red color here. I would have liked to see just a little bit more dark color to it, but it is what it is. It is how it is. There it is. Okay, well, once again, all the same articulation on Raphael, nothing too fancy. The pins are interesting on this one. I know I would love pinless joints, but at this price point, we're not getting pinless joints here. But the pins do stick out in a weird way as some are deeper inset and some are out farther. So it's like it's kind of a mix and match there, which is very strange. But you do see this in cheaper toys, and that's what we unfortunately have here is some cheaper toys, but not terrible. And actually, out of all the belts that stick in the back, this one looks the best. It still doesn't look perfect, but it does look better than some of the other ones. But as far as Raphael goes, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's somewhere in the lower middle is what I'm going to say about all these. But let me clean up this mess a little bit, and let's do some turtle comparisons against these guys. All right, we got all the turtles here together lined up, and actually from looking at the camera here and see what I'm seeing, this looks okay. This is a perfect desk display. Not big, not super expensive, cheaper priced. This is something great for your desk at work or something along them lines. Or if you're a maniac like me, if you're justifying it to yourself that these are the advertising Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you can go that route as well. But I think they look okay as a whole, as a unit. Definitely some cheaper plastic here, some scuffs, some weapons and things that maybe don't click the way we'd like them to do. But I'm making excuses, I guess, for loyal subjects. These being under $20, this is what you get when you pay for under $20 figures in this day and age. To me, and probably you, $20 is still a lot of money, but it's kind of crazy now with inflation and the way everything's went that $20 is a cheaper figure. I just absolutely, just hard to get your mind around. It takes some time when inflation and stuff comes to get used to some of these new price points. But as far as turtles go, they look like the advertising turtles to me. That's what I was looking for. I'll give this one a pass. By no means is this the best turtle set you're ever going to buy. There's a lot of other good ones. And comparing these to a few other turtle sets, how about these? We've been unboxing these on the channel for a while now. The Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line, you can kind of see the differences here. Almost scale there. Raphael and some of the other turtles are smaller and bigger, of course, in that line. But Leonardo's pretty good middle-of-the-road size. Compares with that, not too shabby. Then you get the Ninja Turtle line, the movie NECA line. Much bigger, much more detailed, much higher price point, of course. But you can kind of see that size difference there for you guys keeping track at home. And then my favorite turtle line right now going today is the NECA cartoon turtle line. That is my Ninja Turtles. And they're actually not... height-wise, they're about the same. Detail-wise, size, thickness-wise, these are much bigger, and actually I prefer these over those. I haven't started unboxing the Super 7 Ultimate Ninja Turtles, so I couldn't really compare those quite yet, but they're going to be bigger than these as well, as you guys probably have seen those, or maybe you own those yourself. But an interesting mix of the Ninja Turtles right here for size comparison wise, and we'll take some glamour shots of them side by side as well. But for 20 bucks each, roughly a little bit under that actually, I felt like it was an okay purchase. Definitely not for everybody. You got to look yourself in the mirror and decide if you really want these Loyal Subjects ones. Walmart seemed to be the place to get these. That's really the only place I see them at. But maybe you got some other ideas where you can pick up these guys. And if you do, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. And speaking of the comments down below, well, what are your thoughts on these? You pick them up, you passing, you playing the long game. Any thoughts on these Loyal Subject Ninja Turtles? Let me know down below. Of course, like this video. You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell, as we got videos every single Tuesday of Ninja Turtles, it seems like. But we got multiple videos every single day of all kinds of different action figure lines, and would love to have you a part of the plan. And don't forget the Patreon. That's the link in the description below. You can get this video and a lot of other videos much, much earlier on the Patreon channel. Best of all, you also support the channel. And then you can reach out to me at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for a little Loyal Subjects Ninja Turtles, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.